Hi guys, I just wanted to make this quick video just to congratulate President Rodrigo Roa Duterte for signing the anti-terror bill. This is a bill that has been on his desk now for quite a while, and it just shows that he has really taken a great care in signing the said bill. He has made sure that it's gone through all of the legal processes before he's gone to sign it. Now, this is a bill which means that if people are suspected of a terror offence or arrested for a terror offence, they can be held without charge for a certain period of time. This is nothing new. This is something that's been happening in other countries for a long time. If somebody is suspected for terror, there really is no time to be checking everything, to be going through the courts. You know, things have to be dealt with immediately, and this is why this bill was absolutely necessary for the protection of the Filipino people. Of course, I believe in freedom of speech and the right to protest and the right to people to give their voice, if you like. But however, I also agree with the rule of law. And of course, anyone who's protesting, there are ways that people can protest, i.e. they can do a petition, they can have a peaceful protest. You know, there are ways of doing things. And of course, people are welcome to give their opinion online. But the thing is, President Duterte didn't want this bill just for fun. He didn't do this, or he didn't agree to sign this bill for his benefit. He agreed to sign the bill for the benefit of the Filipino people, to protect Filipino citizens. Some of these people who have gone against this bill, you know, it's all very well to go against the bill now, but what would happen if this bill had not been signed into law? And what would happen if a terrorism act happened because people had objected to the signing of this bill? I believe this is an historic day for the Philippines, because I believe this anti-terror bill will save lives and save lives of the Filipino people. So I'd like to congratulate President Duterte not only for signing the bill, but also for his due diligence, for the time that he has taken to consider signing it. He hasn't just rushed into it. He's done it after a lot of care, after a lot of consideration for the good of the Filipino people. And as I said, I accept that people have a right to protest. I accept that people have a right to voice out their concerns, but I'm very sure this bill would not be used for the wrong purpose, or this law would not be used for the wrong purpose. This bill is to prevent a terrorism act. It's not going to mean that people have lost their rights or lost their freedom of speech or cannot protest. It doesn't mean that if somebody starts protesting, they're going to be immediately arrested and charged with anti-terror offences. Can you really imagine what would happen if this was the case, and how the press would deal with this, and how the international community would deal with this? It just doesn't make any sense to me. You know, and as I said, this is an historic day for the Filipino people, and I'd like to congratulate the president, but also I'd like to applaud the efforts of those who protested, you know, all those who made their stance. This is what a democracy is about. Some people are claiming there's no democracy in the Philippines. The likes of Ressa would say that this is some kind of government move against her, or against freedom of speech, or some kind of move to stop the right to protest. It has nothing of the sort. It protects the lives of the Filipino people. And Maria Ressa and Rappler and all these other organisations have a right to write about this. They have a right to make their views known. But the thing is, this law strengthens the Philippines, because it means it's not so much of a terror threat now, because those trying to endanger the lives of the Filipino people, they can now be dealt with through this particular law. So once again, I'd like to congratulate President Duterte for everything that he's doing for the country, for everything that he's doing for the lives of the Filipino people. Yes, I agree with the anti-terror bill, and no, I'm not a Filipino citizen. No, I don't live in the Philippines, but my family live in the Philippines. So I believe I have just as much right to comment on this as any other person, because I'm a stakeholder. it affects me. I regularly go to the Philippines for a visit, and of course I don't want to have any risk when I go there of any terrorist atrocities happening. You know, can you imagine again, and I'll say this again, can you imagine if this bill wasn't signed? Can you imagine if somehow this bill was shelved and there was some kind of terror attack? How would those protesters feel, the protesters who are against the said bill? How would those protesters feel if this bill was shelved and you know, the a terror offence took place, or a terror attack took place? So, you know, President Duterte welcomes protest. He allows people to protest. He has nothing against that. In fact, time and time again, he's said to the PNP to show maximum tolerance. But right now, we're in the depths of a pandemic in COVID-19. And of course, although people are allowed to protest, of course, the public need to be protected. The problem right now is if people are protesting on the streets, it then means that the frontliners who are policing the said protest are put in danger, and this is the issue. So, you know, President Duterte has never said that people can't protest. This is a democracy. People are allowed to protest. People are allowed to express their opinion. And this is why the president has gone to such care, such due diligence before he signed this bill into law. So congratulations, President Duterte, and of course well done to all of those who raised a voice, and to all of those who raised an objection. You have just as much right as anybody else to have your say, or to have your feelings known. But thankfully the rule of law, the rule of decency, the rule of a democracy has been served, and thankfully justice has been done, and this is for the protection of the Filipino people. Thanks guys for watching. God bless the Philippines and God bless her people. Mabuhay Pilipinas.